Hello Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. I'm happy to have you all. Please come into this tarot reading with an open heart and an open mind. Take away only what resonates and release the rest. Do trust your own intuition above all else because you are accountable and responsible for all your actions and decisions. Now let's go ahead and set the intention to get Aries some clear, helpful, insightful messages wherever they are at on their spiritual path. Currently, we're going to talk about who's coming in, who or what is coming into Aries. All right, and happy Pisces season. Might be a good time to rest and rejuvenate for my Aries, at least my Aries rising. All right, here we go. Who or what is coming into Aries, please? What are they presenting as? What is their energy? All right, someone from the past. This may also have to do with a sibling, a friend, a neighbor, some sort of like warm connection. It's a card of sentimentality and nostalgia too. So what are their plans? What are their actions? Okay, so someone from the past is making an offer or reaching out to you, bare minimum. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's like at minimum, there's an offer being made here. So let's see where it leads to. What is on their mind? What are they thinking? What's going on in the mental sector? What are they communicating? They have a hidden passion for you with the King of Wands, very passionate. Love that the King of Wands is showing up. This is someone who knows what they want and isn't afraid to show it and like be action oriented. It's the most action oriented king. Like if he wants something, he or she, whoever, right? It's not so much about the gender. If they want something, they're going to do it. They're going to build it. With the moon, there can be sort of a psychic connection to this person. There can also be this feeling that you guys are energetically connected even if this person isn't with you. Sometimes for me as a reader, it's a card of artists and musicians, someone who's maybe sensitive, you know, a poet, musician, painter, you know, it could be someone who's artistically inclined, creatively inclined with the King of Wands and the moon. It could have even been someone who struggled with an illness at some point. Sometimes the moon can be a card of depression or you know, whatever, you know, some sort of like medical journey. I'll leave it at that. I'm not trying to be vague. It's just, you know, there's certain things that I'm asked to relate and certain things I'm not. I don't do scary fear-based messages, but yeah, this could have been someone who had maybe a battle of their own with something health-wise, you know, physically in the body. So, but with the King of Wands, they're showing up in good energy. So it seems like some healing work has been done. And then let's see, what is the emotional truth here? What is the emotional truth? I think this person wonders if you still think about them too. What is the emotional truth? I mean, with the moon, it says there's a huge depth and range of emotions, but you might not actually see it on the surface with the King of Wands. They don't necessarily emote regularly when they're with you, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. So let's see, what is the emotional truth of this King of Wands? For Aries, what is the emotional truth here? They had to walk away for some reason. Let's see. All right, because maybe they had second thoughts about who they wanted to be with. I mean, I'm going to call it like I see it. I like the story up until here, and now I'm like, okay, well, that's why the past card is coming up. Not that you ever have to take anyone back from the past, Aries, but yeah, essentially the Eight of Cups is like Saturn and Pisces. You may be dealing with someone who has strong Pisces in their chart, particularly a Pisces moon or Pisces rising. Restrictions, obstacles, something feeling too constrained or constrictive in love. It's possible that this person at the time they met you didn't want to necessarily commit. Seven of Swords, to me, it's like I'm half in, half out. It's not that the emotions and the feelings weren't there, because it says to me they very much are. And possibly if this person is coming back around, I think it's, you know, it's cliche, but it's sort of like absence makes the heart grow fonder. And with the Two of Wands, they're more certain who they want to move forward with. Now, I'm not necessarily saying another person had to come into this. Right now, I actually don't have multiple people cards, which is kind of nice. It's kind of refreshing. That being said, with the Two of Wands, there were options and decisions that had to be made in this person's life. And, you know, maybe they chose career or maybe they chose work over romantic relationships. And here's the thing. I have trouble getting down on people for that because I think essentially like we have to be able to serve ourselves if we're going to operate in a high vibe partnership. So if this person, you know, did sort of, they may have had to make a difficult decision to separate from you or distance yourself or put more focus and time and attention on something that was actually going to help them. And I'm not necessarily sure if it was in a selfish capacity. I don't want to jump to that conclusion because maybe they knew at the time they couldn't give you what you were looking for. And so you might not view it as this now, Aries, but maybe it was a blessing in disguise that this person kind of, you know, tried to let you down easy, or maybe it wasn't easy. Maybe this person up and left, but whatever it was, I think I know you probably view them as a selfish person, but I don't know. I'm just wanting to relay. They knew that they couldn't be the person that you needed them to be, and so it was a blessing in disguise. It was a gift that this person left. And the emotional truth is that they still think about that. They still think about you all the time. There's Saturn energy coming through here, so they know that this was challenging. They know that this was a difficult circumstance, and I think they know that for the most part, like, it was them. It was them who was on the fence the whole time, or had options, or just didn't necessarily feel certain about how they wanted to proceed with this. So in terms of how they're feeling currently, they're wanting to make an offer because they're nostalgic or sentimental. Just make sure that there really is changed behavior. Okay, I was about to ask, so like, is there some sort of new approach to the situation? Because if this is coming up in the emotional sector, they're really bogged down by what happened in the past, which I don't love. I want them to come in fresh and clean. I think they are coming in fresh, but there is a very strong nostalgia for you, Aries. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it says they want to make this work. This is a very reliable Knight. It's practical, it's responsible, it has a plan, it has a strategy. And ultimately, it wants to achieve growth, it wants to win, but it wants to do it in a healthy way, right? It's Virgo energy. So this is someone who lives to serve, living to serve, themselves, a job, a relationship, whatever it is. They put their heart and soul into it because it's a factor of their own pride. It's like putting their ego on the line. It's like, I want to make sure I do good, So I think this person is trying to come in and repair something. Not that you ever have to take an ex back, but that is what's coming into you sooner than later. So let's see, how does Aries energy match this, please? How is Aries showing up in this spread? Knight of Cups, all right. So on the dating scene, looking for love offers, you may be invested in someone else emotionally at this point. Let's see what's going on. So in regards to this love offer or this circumstance, this situation, thank you. All right, so your plans are High Priestess. It's like, I'm going to hear them out. You may actually be moving towards someone with strong water in their chart. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. You have very strong watery cards here, especially a Cancerian for me. Your plans are to maintain your inner balance. I think if this person disturbed your peace in the past, you might be hesitant to let them back in, especially if you don't see changed behavior. If you don't immediately see like, oh wow, this person has really changed, or they're coming to me with a new vibe, a new energy, I think you're kind of like, I think you're skeptical. That's a good word for this High Priestess. So then what is Aries thinking or communicating to this person? What is Aries thinking or communicating to this person? What's going on in the mental sector? What are they thinking about this person? Magician. So you're questioning if they're a trickster energy. That being said, it is a very good card of communication. So here's the thing. If this person messages you or makes plans, do you want to go out and grab a coffee or whatever, I think you're going to return the message. I think you're intrigued. Part of you, there is... I don't know how I feel about this, but I'll say it anyway. There's a little bit of I knew I was right. Like, I knew they'd come back to me. There is a little bit of that here, and maybe you're right. Maybe you were really, really good to this person, and you're kind of like, I can't believe that they up and left me because like I devoted myself to them. Like, how could they? It's like they really missed out on a really good opportunity, and that, and maybe you're right. Maybe. And if you are, well then, yeah, I think what's up with the High Priestess. You're very intuitive. You may have sensed that this person was going to come back to you, and I think they are. So here's the thing. I think you're going to return the communication, but I don't think you are breaking your back to put in effort to this until this person really shows up for you. And here's the thing. I kind of think they will, though, with the Knight of Pentacles. In terms of how they want to present to you, it's King of Wands. Like, they want to come in a big, passionate way, work hard, play hard. They, I think they want to serve you and make you feel more special, because I think that's something they didn't do enough of in the past. So I think you will be communicating with them, but I think you might be playing a little bit hard to get, or again, this idea of skeptical. Maybe, I think you're a little more guarded. I think you're keeping them at arm's distance, or however you want to say it. But I do think you will return the message. When the Magician comes up, there can sometimes be, especially, there's double Virgo energy here for some of my Aries. That's an interesting combination, Aries and Virgo, right? Because, yeah, they're signs that don't have anything in common in terms of the astrological stuff behind it. Like, it's earth and fire, right? I don't know if I love the term masculine and feminine, but you could say maybe like receptive or initiating, I don't know. And then like it's mutable cardinal. So yeah, it's a very interesting energy if you're dealing with a Virgo. Not to say it couldn't work, right? A lot goes into astrology and compatibility. Maybe you guys have similar moon signs or rising signs, but yeah, out the gate, Aries and Virgo are definitely, I see a lot of karmic relationships there. But yeah, with magicians, sometimes it's like, is this person tricking me? Are they trying to pull the wool over my eyes again? I think at one point you did feel like you got duped or you got played with the Seven of Swords. And the thing is, this person knows that. It was harder for them to walk away than I think you realize, though. And like, I'm almost there. There is something kind of hopeless, romantic, poetic about their soul here. It's like, I don't think a day has passed where they haven't thought about you. That's kind of the vibe I get from this Aries. So what is the emotional truth? How does Aries feel about this person? How does Aries feel about this person? Judgment. All right. So you're willing to consider reawakening the vibe or reawakening the situation, the relationship. I think you're looking to see if there's still passion left. I think there's part of you that, again, is skeptical. There's part of you that is nostalgic and sentimental and looking at the past and all the good experiences you have with this person. There's a part of you that wants to welcome it back with open arms because, in a sense, you always knew this person would come back. It's almost like you didn't doubt it for a second. But it's a part of you, I think it's like, it's going to be a battle or it's going to be a war, and do I want to get myself back into that situation? Now, I don't know why those words came up, battle and war. Those are actually very Aries energy, right? It's very Mars. It's like, so, I like the idea of Mars energy in terms of putting in the effort, but here's the thing. I think you were doing that to begin with. I think it's this person who needs to meet you halfway. So emotionally, I think you were contemplating revisiting the past here with this person. Anything else in terms of what is the emotional truth? You might be holding on to a Scorpio as well, or a water sign for that matter too. Whether this person is a water sign or not, it's possible that when you guys broke up or ended it, you started to explore something new and different. In which case, maybe the water sign is currently who you're dating. Maybe you're with them, maybe you're not. But you may be thinking about a Scorpio or someone who has very strong water in their chart. You may also be thinking about a Virgo or a Gemini. What is the emotional truth here? Why judgment? 22. Something about twos. Numerology and twos is important right now. You might be seeing them on the clock or something like that. Or again, two options. Okay, interesting. Yeah, you're not sure how to feel about this. I think there's trust issues. I think it's like, I don't know if I want to sip from this cup again, because what if it's toxic? What if it's poison and I'm choosing to, put that in my body again or allow that into my energy space? I think you're very contemplative, and to be honest, I'm not getting clarity about how you're going to react to this. I think you're willing to hear them out, but I see you being much more withheld and withdrawn and reserved until it's like you actually got to see what this person is offering you. And I don't blame you. But ultimately, I think you are in the position of power here, and you get to make the executive decisions on whether you're truly going to cut this out of your life, or if you're going to open up the conversation to, very truthful, honest, moving forward with honesty and integrity, those types of conversations. Because I'm sort of getting this idea of like, it's a whole new ball game. There's new rules now because I'm a different person. So I expect a lot more in my relationships now. So thanks for the lesson. Some of you Aries are very, very on the defense. I don't blame you. I get it. Confirmation. Actually, let's do this deck first. For Aries, anything I need to tell my Aries out there in regards to the situation? Sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, and stalking. That flew out. I love when cards fly out. It feels very this is important. Yeah, so this person is watching. They're picking their moment. They're probably looking you up on the social media, seeing if you're single and ready to mingle. I hate that expression. I can't believe I just said that. Again, there's something very Scorpio about this. This could be like a Virgo Scorpio energy coming through here. Anything else for Aries? Anything else for Aries about the situation? And then separation, sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future. Yeah, honestly, that encapsulates what we've been saying, so that feels symbolic. And then camera, reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past, and perception. So here's the thing. If you did at one point have love and feelings for this person, I don't think you lose anything by hearing them out. I think if nothing else, that would help give you both a sense of closure about what transpired and what went down. I will say with the King of Swords, there's a need to be completely blunt and honest. You have nothing to lose, right? So you may as well roll the dice and see what's up, because holding back feelings or holding back what you were experiencing and thoughts in your head, it's not doing anyone any justice. So judgment here could be releasing, eliminating things that you've been holding on to that you don't need. And for some of you, you're going to be able to share that with this person and let them kind of give them a little bit more insight into what's going on with you. Because here's the thing, there is a mirroring energy of both of you are not necessarily completely forward with the truth. And for you, Aries, I think you had a more like, it's fine, no, I'm good, like I'm, no, like it's almost like giving the illusion that nothing bothers me, you're good, you're fine. But in reality, you're like, something's up with my person. Like, why are they being cold? Why are they being weird? But you didn't necessarily share that with them. And then they definitely had like fear of commitment or fear of moving in together or something a little bit more official. All right. Any confirmations to share with Aries? Any confirmations that they need to hear right now? This is the Hope Jar, full of hope, and I take action. I love this deck. I think it has beautiful images. For Aries, confirmation card. This says voyage. Again, something watery maybe. And the idea of something about, I don't know why I'm getting this, but trying to speak underwater. It's like when you try and talk to somebody underwater, you know how you would do that as a kid and play games. It's like you can't make out what they're saying. You just hear these mumbles and bubbles are coming out. And I think that is very symbolic of how the communication was at the end. It's like you were both talking but weren't listening, or you were both talking but you weren't able to understand where that person was coming from. There was misfires and miscommunications, and I think some of you are getting clarity. There's also something coming through here about rescuer syndrome too, so just be careful that you aren't chasing people that need to be rescued, because I could see that. And here's the thing, you kind of did, and I think this person appreciates that for you, but it's also they're being denied the lesson of how to save themselves when you rush in and try and play the role of rescuers. So just be aware of that. Huge water sign energy here, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So I'm just going to say that. And last but not least, numerology, angel numbers, anything that Aries can look out for confirmation. Maybe something in this person's phone number or address. 1, I am innovative. You are a self-starter with very innovative ways of creating opportunity. Your determination and endurance are powerful and will help you get through rough times and reach success. Wrapping it up with zodiac signs that want to be seen or heard. You have Sagittarius, Libra, Aries, and Scorpio. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Thanks for joining me today. Please show me some love and hit the like button, leave a positive comment or an emoji. Anything like that would help this reading find a greater audience on YouTube and help my channel grow. I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you want to be alerted when I post my readings. You can also find more content from me on Facebook and Instagram, and I am accepting tips and donations. If you want to hit the heart button with the $sign through it, that is obviously welcomed and encouraged. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for me. I'm the Intuitive Teacup, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, Aries.